Hello, 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 hello. Welcome once again to Prog Reborn. My name is Im Kosler. And this is my progression style playthrough of Final Fantasy 14. If you don't know what that means, you can always check out the introductory video. !intro in the live chat, or check out the description, the video description below for that same link. If you'd like to know when I go live, easiest and best way is to subscribe to the channel, but you can also join the community Discord. !Discord gets you that Discord invite. And again, it's also in the video description below if you're not watching live. Last but not least, this is not a reaction style playthrough. It's not my first time playing. My main is up to date with patch 6.55. So I may or may not, with or without warning, make reference to content that's later than this character is in, or publicly available Dawn Trail content. And so if you consider any of that stuff spoilers for your playthrough, suggest you avoid the video here, because this is your probably only warning about it. So, yesterday we were doing guildhests and clearing out side quests. I decided to get on a little early today and went and got my free company going, which is nice. Most just had to sit around Gridania for a little bit and bug some people, but you know, what are you gonna do? Kind of what you gotta do. But yeah, so we got that free company going. We're gonna be working on building that up. As far as free company stuff goes, and how it's going to work in relation to a progression style playthrough, I don't know if I'm going to stick that heavily to a progression style playthrough with a free company, because especially if more people actually join, then trying to, you know, maintain the idea of we're only going to do things that are tied to my personal playthrough. I don't really want to affect other people, force my playthrough on other people. I've said that at the beginning of this this journey, and I think I say it in the introductory video as well, that I'm not really here to force others to do my bidding. This is entirely something that I'm doing for myself. So if, you know, we unlock submarine adventures, or we unlock, you know, something that wasn't available in whatever patch that I'm in, we're probably just going to take advantage of it. Because others would be happy to use it rather than, you know, sticking to some restriction that I put on only myself. But yeah, anyways, we got that free company done. Got that marked off on my list. I also added well, hold on. Yeah, I did accidentally close it. I added part of my checklist. I added the individual zones for side quests and marked them off from that document that I made last stream. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep on keeping on. We have more guildhests to do. Sorry, not that. Guildhests to do. And then we also need to keep clearing out these zones. So check out North Shroud first. Pull up the checklist. So I haven't checked out North Shroud. Yeah, so we still have quite a few in North Shroud to get through. We ended last stream with the Zombies Are People 2 little quest line. Take a look here. Jumping at Shadows. Bode Wine is looking for an adventurer to help with a pest problem. Got a mind to make yourself useful? Why don't you cull some Maitland for us? You train a lot of chocobos here, and the youngins go wild when they get a sniff of Maitland. Some even throw their bloomin' riders. Let me tell ya, it ain't easy training a chocobo when she drops ye on your head every time she sees a shadow. We've been getting nowhere with the birds lately. If you could rid us of a few Maitlands, we'd be in your debt. Like I said last stream, we're going to try to do these one at a time rather than grab a bunch at a time. In case they end up leading to like a quest line that I think is interesting. Having them all stacked together instead of having to cut apart the video. Make things simpler. For me, at least. Even if it's slightly less efficient on the playthrough. Thank you for the help. You can finally get back to training the young birds. Chocobos are skittish by nature, see? And training them takes a deal of patience. It don't make the task any easier that soldiers and adventurers tend to ride them toward danger rather than away from it. Any road, we're grateful for the help. Here's a small token for our gratitude. Let's see. A little bit more before I can do one of these company actions. Bode Wine is seeking an adventurer to make a delivery. We haven't forgotten how you helped us out with them Maitlands. Speaking of which, if you've got a bit of time to spare, could I trouble ye to gather some aphids? Find them living in the tangled undergrowth near Blessed Bud. Don't be surprised if your presence attracts a starving ladybug or two. They're rather fond of the wee vilekin, you see. When you've gathered the aphids, deliver them to Captain Guithrit over at Etat's Spire. Tell him Treespeak Stables sends its regards. These quests are, I think, very much in line with WoW style quests, where you have different things to you have different quests that lead you to different hubs. What's that? You have something for me? These tiny Valken gather on the young leaves of various forest foliage to feed. Foliage? Aphids from Bode Wine. Indeed a blessing. What use have we for aphids, you ask? Why, they're oil, of course. There's not better for maintaining our weapons. Were it not for your timely delivery, I would have been forced to send a sentry to replenish our dwindling supplies. I have to thank Bode Wine personally, and thanks to you as well, friend. Guithrit wishes to enlist the services of an adventurer in the fight against the Ixal. I am just the fellow. Your efforts on behalf of Treespeak Stables mark you out as a genuine talent. If you have confidence in your battlecraft, mayhap you would agree to help us in our fight against the Ixal. According to reports, Ixali scouts have been sighted by the river due west of here. Though the area is uninhabited, it borders Treespeak Stables and Blessed Bud. We mean to drive them off before they can threaten our people. If several of their scouting parties were to be summarily dispatched, it might give their leaders cause to doubt the wisdom of their plan. Slay 2 Ixali Dull Talons, 2 Ixali Lost Wings, and 2 Ixali Slowbeaks. Show them the price they must pay for setting foot in our territory. Bloody work, but it had to be done. Your service to Gridania will not be forgotten. Thanks to you, we now have time to plot our next move. We can muster our forces and take the battle to the Birdmen, or consolidate our defenses before they return. We must needs consult with the commander. Vion is searching for an adventurer to deliver an item. If you're one for work, I have need of an adventurer willing to dirty his hands. No, I speak not of dark deeds. I mean only to have you deliver something. I myself will not dare venture deep into the Twelveswood, but you seem more than capable of defending yourself. My colleague Gillen will furnish you with the item in question and provide all the necessary directions. Should be somewhere behind the stables, supervising the field hands. Well, I'll be. Vion actually found someone willing to lend a hand. Grab one of them burlap sacks over yonder atop the crate. Ain't the most convenient location to be sure, but where else can we store that stinking shite? Where a visiting customer might catch a whiff, that's for sure. Deliver it to Nolanel, down at the Blessed Bud. That's west of here, in case you were wondering. See if our conjurer friend takes his gardening pretty bloomin' seriously. Nolanel is the fella that we... Right. The conjurer is the fella that we first talked to with, we first met Sylphie. And that odor. Is that what I think it is? An old flaxen bag containing something soft and warm. Praise be to the elementals. I cannot thank you enough for your kindness. This bounty of chocobo manure nourish the plants and ensure their continued growth. Please relay my sincerest thanks to Vion upon your return to Treespeak stables. An word of advice, wash your hands quickly, lest the cloying stench of feces linger. Oh, my friend. I gather from the smell that the task is complete. Oh my, did I neglect to inform you of the sack's contents? I cannot apologize enough. Would certainly explain why you agreed to help when countless others turned their noses up at the idea, so to speak. Well, what's done is done. Please accept this for your troubles, along with my thanks. Ebert is testing adventurers by asking them to slay midge swarms. Seen your face around here before? A sworn duty to keep peace in Gristmill. Protect her from them as would do her people harm. Stay for a spell. I have you prove you can be trusted. Ours ain't a large community, and we are hardly any fighting folk, so there's always need for battle-savvy types. All the beasties lurking hereabouts. As it happens, I've been suffering from an outbreak of midges lately. Buggers are driving our patrols to distraction. Now, if you were to exterminate, say, half a dozen swarms, we'd know you for a friend. All the hunt stuff I don't think is available until 2.1 or 2.2. You've done us a kindness and proven yourself capable besides. Take this with Gristmill's thanks. Oh, before you go, I thought of something else you could do for us. Ever need someone to investigate the area surrounding the hedge tree? Would you mind going out to the hedge tree and seeing that all's well? Since ancient times, the tree has guarded the woods with her holy presence. Lately, though, we've been hearing reports of Ixal pecking around in her vicinity. More than scouts, I'd wager, but if they were to lay their filthy hands on the hedge tree, well, I don't bear thinking about it. So I'd be much obliged if you were to head southeast to the hedge tree and see that no harm has come to her. Oh, and if you chance to encounter any Ixal, send them packing. Be warned, though, the Birdmen ain't like to take their leave without a fight. Make sure you go well prepared and keep your eyes peeled, alright? Soon with Ixal, did you? Bloody birds think twice before coming near our hamlet. The Ixal once dwelt in the Twelveswood, you know. But long ago, they woke the Green Wrath and were driven out. Needless to say, they weren't best pleased when us Gridanians took their place here. In fact, it's none other than this resentment which kindled their hatred for us. But I suspect I'm boring you. By defending the hedge tree, you've once more proven yourself a friend to Gristmill. Spare a moment, I ask ye speak with the others in the hamlet. Here could use a hand, and I can think of none better to assist them. Yeah, it's definitely this girl. It's got a quest. Interesting side quest, if I remember correctly. Limb Harvest. Lenevy, a quartermaster at Gristmill, needs an adventurer to bring her a glimshroom, a variety of brightly glowing fungus. You have the look of an adventurer? Adventurers love little tasks, do they not? Well, I need you to head into the forest and pick a glimshroom for me. Haven't the faintest idea what a glimshroom is, do you? Glimshroom is the common name for a variety of fungus with a unique white phosphorescence. What did you say? A glowing mushroom? I suppose you could put it that way. There's a colony on the rock face in the southwest of Peace Garden. But do not simply pick the first one you come across. The brightest glowing mushroom you can find, if you please. Well, yes, I would love to be able to harvest glimshrooms for myself. There's the small matter of Ixali scouts. Not terribly friendly, those chaps. Off you go, then. Were you able to find the glimpse rooms? Variety fungus found in Peace Garden that naturally emits a soft white glow. Ah, would you look at that glow? Perfect. This help me mix a potent remedy for the creeping death. To start with the obvious question, the creeping death is a deadly plague that once ravaged the Huron population of Gridania. Though it can now be cured through simple conjuring, it doesn't hurt to have a ready supply of the medicine. After all, out here in Gristmill, we cannot always rely on a conjurer to be on hand whenever a youngling coughs. Thank the matron for wandering adventures, though, I think they bring up the creeping death in Endwalker. The Endwalker healer questline, maybe the tank questline. The one that deals with the blasphemy in the Black Shroud, if I remember correctly. Here we are. Miria of Gristmill is deeply troubled and could do with the aid of a kindly adventurer. Pardon me, good sir. Might you be in the adventurer whom Erdbart speaks so highly? If you could but spare a moment. I never thought myself a popular girl, and men rarely give me cause to believe otherwise. Lately, I've been the recipient of several gifts. Sparkling jewels and fine silks, over which a prouder maid than I would surely swoon, all from an anonymous admirer. Naturally, I was flattered, but I knew nothing of my mysterious benefactor. So I endeavored to seek him out, when I discovered that he is none other than Aelbert, an infamous rogue wanted for countless robberies in Gridania. I realize now all of his presents were taken from others. I have unwittingly won the affections of a dangerous criminal. But that's not all. With his latest gift came a request. He insists that we meet in the woods outside Gristmill, where he intends to present me with his most precious gift. I'm at a loss. I beg of you, good sir, will you not go in my stead? I wish only to be left in peace, but I fear a man such as he may be driven to violence when made to hear such words. I pray no harm comes to you. There's really pixelated images on the wall here. Is Nafika. Official Nafika art. All for naught. I give thanks that you're unharmed at least. A letter? For me? A sweetly scented letter dropped by Aelbert. My dearest Emeria, I pray this letter finds you well. I know my gifts were sudden and many, but I hope they were to your liking. Seeing you in the first summer of your womanhood, I could restrain myself no longer. Thoughts have been only of you these past many moons. What gifts might bring you happiness? To see you smile from afar is not nearly enough. I long to live together with you in Gristmill. Nothing would bring me greater joy. I would give you a grand garden filled with white chamomile you love so. But such dreams can never come true. My crimes are known and will never be forgiven. The most I can hope for is for you to know my heart. Grant me a measure of peace. So, if it does not cause you distress, I would write to you again. Yours ever, Aelbert. Thank you for bringing me this letter, Em. His most precious gift. I understand now. But how did he know my favorite flower? Is Albert... No, it can't be. Anyway, we must return the presents to the rightful owners. I know it will not erase this Albert's sins, but perhaps the 12 will view him more kindly. Forgive me this final request, but could you go to Gridania and speak with a woman named Mion? You should find her in the Carline Canopy. Tell her all that transpired here today. She'll know what to do. I remember this little quest. Won't spoil it. We're literally right here. I think it's pretty obvious they're hinting at. Let me go run by the items. Sure. Sure. Guild needs to be rank 5 first before it's stuff. Okay. Message from Emiria of Gristmill, you say? I see. Albert, you fool. I'll deal with the stolen goods, worry not. Yes, I know of the boy and his family. Once lived in this very town. One day he stole a handful of chamomile seeds from an influential merchant in the ebony stalls. See, the boy had a sister, and chamomile was her favorite flower. Seeking only to make his sister happy, I doubt he grasped the gravity of his act. Regardless, his parents felt that he had brought terrible shame to the family, so they disowned him. Cast out of hearth and home, he grew desperate. To think only of survival, think little of law. A common enough tale, perhaps, but no less tragic for it. Now you know the truth. The sister Aelbert loved so dearly is Emiria. Mary was too young to remember when Aelbert left, so her parents decided to conceal his existence. However, word of the boy's banishment soon spread, and her parents were forced to move to Gristmill to maintain the fiction. By now, Emiria's surely heard rumors of her long-lost brother. No gentle girl like her would never question her parents' honesty. And whatever faint memories she once may have had are long gone. But Aelbert's never forgotten Emiria. Despite the danger, I suspect he now keeps close to Gridania, refusing to leave his beloved sister a second time. I'll send Emiria some chamomile seeds by way of thanks for helping us to recover the stolen goods. If only we're as simple as returning them to the rightful owners. Sadly, Aelbert's crimes will not be so easily forgiven. Perhaps by the time these seeds have sprouted and their flowers bloomed, we'll have found a new path. I think you... Right, yeah, that's the dance quest. We can't do that one. House of Death built. Sight to Behold. Ill-conceived Venture. Yeah, so I think we can mark... Oh no, we do need to do this, this quest over here. Thinking about it, let's go ahead and get it done. Who was that man in black? Lord Lewin would have you ascertain the veracity of the ominous rumors circulating about Gridania of late. I shall proceed directly to the matter at hand. Though still unsubstantiated, ill rumors stir amongst the townspeople of late. Rumors of a shadow-cloud knight who rides in the shroud. Under normal circumstances, I would pay such idle ghost stories little heed. This time, however, we have reason to suspect. We have naught to gain by rushing to judgment. I would have you go to the streets, progression, speak with the people, and hear their words with your own ears. The Ghost Knight? I saw him, clad from head to toe in armor that seemed forged from shadow itself, galloping through the shroud atop his hellsborn steed. Mark my words, the trees themselves were quivering in fear that night. Not slept a wink since I returned. Yelling about something. The Super Bowl's not till tomorrow, so I don't know what yapping's about. College basketball, maybe. Don't sneak up on me like that, friend. Forgive me, ever since espying a glimpse of that ghastly horseman, my heart won't stop racing. I knew the elementals would punish us sooner or later for daring to disobey their will. This is surely a sign of sinister happenings to come. I saw him clear as day, or clear as night, he might say. My own two eyes. More fearsome than the rider was his ghastly steed. Not where you've traveled, but I can assure you, you've not seen more frightening a beast. Thing I can tell you, friend, there was no specter nor shadow. Nay, he was as solid as you or me. Yes, I saw the Black Knight, which I promptly fled for my dearest life. Should you end up in my position, and you'd be wise to do the same. I have my pride, but I'm not fool enough to cast my life away. Besides, one look was enough to know. This is a manifestation of pure evil. Were you to turn that massive sword against Gridania, all of our lances, as one, could not hope to stand in its way. Knight clad in shadow, forged armor, a mammoth sword, and a hellsborn steed. It's clear now our worst forebodings have proven most unfortunately prescient. Lord Lewin would seek the counsel of others. A ghostly knight atop his baleful steed is as I feared. The rumors bear a most inauspicious resemblance to the references in ancient scripture describing Odin, the dark divinity. It is my suspicion that the horseman of rumor is indeed Odin, and furthermore that this malevolent presence is a primal. Yet before the god's quiver takes action, I would seek the counsel of one versed in the holy writings. Make for Corimo and seek with brother O Ap Pesi. Would know what he knows, and be swift progression. If Odin is truly come to the shroud, time is not on our side. There's two things about Odin. I believe there is a fate where Odin spawns that was available in patch 2.0, similar to the Behemoth spawn fate. And then there's the trial, the Odin trial. And there's the Odin trial as well. That's not till like 2.5. I am Oap Pesi, and you must be the adventurer I've been expecting. Ah, yes. Odin, the dark divinity. Lord Lewin is understandably distressed at his arrival. As one who reads the scriptures, however, I am not entirely surprised. Odin, as the ancient writings have it, rode forth into our world wielding a dark blade capable of cleaving earth and the heavens. By his fell blade did perish earth itself, herself, and countless multitudes of her people. At long last, the great hero of Aleg did arise to do battle with the dark god. Odin was slain, and his spirit sealed within a forced spring. Years I thought this was mere wives' tales. Ghost story told by mothers to frighten their young ones into obedience. The recent archaeological studies at Allegan ruins have unearthed damning evidence to the contrary. Now these rumors. The scriptures claim that the dark divinity slumbers in Earth's font, deep in the heart of the shroud, where the power of a crystal confines him. I ventured into the forest and seen the crystal with mine own eyes, but that was many years ago. It is entirely within the realm of possibility that something has gone terribly awry, and the fetters of the crystal confine the dark divinity no longer. I would send you to Earth's font to investigate the matter. Be forewarned, your path will not be an easy one. Should any evil spirits stand in your way, this water of cleansing should avail you. The crystalline jail that held the dark divinity in check. Were you able to ascertain what became of it? This stone may have been the only thing preventing the elder primal Odin's return to Eorzea. Now the stone is destroyed. Magical energy still remains in the stone, though its powers have grown dim. What's more, behold how the stone has been cleaved clear in twain. By Odin's fell blade, there can be no doubt. Yes, there can be no doubt as to the identity of our unwelcome guest. And yet, it is almost curious. The dark divinity rides free, the tarry in the shroud. Anyway, you are commended for your bravery, adventurer. Simi is preparing a report on this very matter as we speak. I'd be most grateful if you would share your findings with her as well. So it is indeed as we feared. The seal of Earth's font has been broken, and the dark divinity rides again. Must draft a report immediately. Somebody didn't trust you with a delivery. Your assistance in the investigation has proven invaluable, adventurer. You have our thanks. With your aid, I finally managed to complete my report. A thorough survey of all eyewitness reports, along with the most credible theories regarding the Dark Divinity's presence in the Shroud. I intend to deliver copies of the report to Brother Oapapesi and Bolord Lewin myself. Scions, too, will no doubt be eager to learn of our findings. I'd be most appreciative if you could deliver a copy to Urianger in my stead. My duties demand I remain composed, but in all truth, I fear for the fate of our people. The time come that the Dark Divinity draws his blade against Gridania. Promise me that we can count on your aid. Urianger. There's nothing new to be said of any of these folks in here. They're still on 2.0. The beginning of 2.0 even. I am most heartened by thy safe return. Wert thou able to cast light on the shadows that haunt the shroud? A list documenting all recent sightings of the Elder Primal Odin. So it is true. Having awakened from nigh eternal slumber, the Dark Divinity now rides free in the shroud. Whilst you were afield, I immersed myself in the scriptures. The more I scoured the words, the more I did realize that the writings draw heavily upon Allegan historical chronicles. A train coming. History is quite a fascinating beast, is it not? One nation's glory is another's suffering. One nation's great hero, another's most abhorrent villain. I mean not to speak in platitudes, only to say that there is never but a single side to any story, even a story that is presented as historical fact. To what end did the great hero of Alleg seal Odin in a jail of crystal? What impels the Dark Divinity to ride once again? Cast thine light on the shadows of history, friend. We might be delivered from the darkness. I think both of those are for later. For the end of 2.1. No, the other turn is for 2.2. The primal one is the extremes, which is for 2. I believe I missed these. The others are for 2.1. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I already said what I needed to say. Adeline of Crescent Cove seeks help removing debris caught in her nets. Have you some time to spare, an old fishwife friend? I have nets what need tending, and you probably can tell. These nets you see hanging here used to haul in fish. Problem is, in the doing, they dredge up all manner of junk from the sea bottom. Be grateful if you pick any debris from them you might find. Thank you, dear. It's one less chore what needs seen to. I tell you, it's no easy being a fishwife. When I'm mending nets and patching sails, I'm praying to Lim Lane for still waters and a hearty haul. Still, I wouldn't trade all the hard work for anything. Minson rubbish. Osmond at Crescent Cove is vexed by litter in the area. Ugh, what a pain in the bloody arse. Who do those Laminsons think they are, anyway? Just look at all this, will you? A merchant from Limsa Laminsa dumped this junk when he chipped out. Claimed it wasn't fit for selling, so we just up and left it. Barbarians. Who passes for etiquette across the Strait of Merlthor? I don't suppose you could ask to clean up the rest for me? Please? Picked up so much junk already, the mere sight of it fair makes me gag. Thank you, friend. Place clean again does my spirit good. Well, I suppose some other Laminson merchant will be by before long and leave more filth behind. Ugh, I hate my life. Alright, now we are definitely done with, we finished out North Shroud. I think the only other place in Thanlan we need is Northern Thanlan. I don't remember if we've cleared out or not. Take a check. Excuse me. Leave quests, we're ignoring those. It looks like Northern Fanland's completely finished. Check out Ul'dah. This is a tribal quest. This is Endwalker. No. No. This is 2.1. This is Gold Saucer, like 2.4. This is 2.1. This is later. This is for Hemtara Hard. This is Steps of Nald. We can clear that off. Let's check out here. Actually, everything we need up here. Cleared out there. Alright, so completely clear of Fanlan. Head back to Gridania, because I know Gridania that I still need to do. Or the Shroud, I should say. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Do New and Old Gridania. Finished. Central. Yeah, we've got quite a few in Central. Clean up. Nobody's doing guildhests right now. I was kind of surprised how many people were doing guildhests yesterday. Might have to dip over to Aether Data Center to get those finished. Morlin, a serpent at the Bannock, is seeking a volunteer to gather materials used in the training of recruits. Hello there, adventurer. If it's work you seek, then look no further. Instructor Marustel needs a volunteer to bring him some bog Yarzan shells for the recruits to practice on. You'll find the Yarzans in the river south of here. Once you pry the carapaces from 4 of the creatures, take them to the instructor. Cave system over here. If you come to train, the rock-hard carapace of a bog Yarzan. Not a new recruit, then... Ah, the Yarzan skills I ordered from Marlin to requisition. I ordered Marlin to requisition. I see he's learned to delegate authority, if nothing else. Now that I have these carapaces, I can set my recruits some specialized drills. They're already adept at hitting a target, of course, but they need practical knowledge of exactly where a monster like a Yarzan is most vulnerable. Thanks to your efforts, I've no doubt they will fare better against the creatures when called upon. You should be proud of yourself. Both they and the Bannock are safer for your help. Sub Kamazome, a soldier of the Bannock, wants you to track down some initiates that failed to appear for training. Ah, perfect timing. I was just looking for a likely lad to track down some Twin Adder initiates. Whoever knows recruits have failed to report for training, exhausted from a month of solid drills, I suspect. Considering their physical state, I rather doubt they've wandered far. Gods, please don't mention wild beasts or blood. They're fine, I'm certain of it. Seek out my wayward troops and tell them to report back to me on the double. Sleeping. Just a few more moments, Mother. Huh? Sergeant Kama's Sergeant Kama? Oh, F droppings. I must be late for training. Such a soothing sound. One day I should build a home by the river. Sure. Hey, the sergeant's looking for me. How long have I been here? What bell is it now? Stand aside, I must make haste. Last one. Can you not see I am attempting to become one with nature? Leave me be, good sir. What? Sergeant Kama sent you? It's teeth. I better get back before she makes her boot one with my backside. Thank you, M. All the initiates are now present and accounted for. It's always the same, you know. A handful of recruits invariably lose focus a short while after being assigned to their new unit. First rush of tension and excitement wears off, and the strain of constant drills begins to show. Reprimanding them isn't always the best solution, though. I have their morale to think about, after all. Still, I might give them a quick blast for good measure. What can I say? This is one battle I'm not afraid to fight. This one, no. Here, yes. Luquala at Brent Branch Meadows wishes you to procure fence building material from Diremites. Greetings, sir. You have the distinct air of an adventurer. Might I trouble you for some assistance? We've met, brother. You gave me my chocobo. In recent days, a heartless cat has been sneaking into the ranch to scare our chocobos. Poor birds are in a state of constant unease, wondering when the next fright will come. It's my hope that extending the fence will help to keep the intruder out. That end, could I ask you to procure some strands of Diremite web? Make for surprisingly sturdy construction material. Be able to obtain the web from the Diremites themselves. Usually a few to be found roaming the lands around the ranch. 6 strands should be sufficient. Ah, you have returned. Tell me, were you able to procure the Diremite web I requested? Little time has elapsed since this strand was spun, so the web remains extremely sticky. Yes, these will do nicely. These are perfect for binding posts together. Were I still in Ishgard, I would never have entertained the notion of using such bizarre material in this manner. Oh, did I not mention I was from Ishgard? Well, Gridania is, in fact, my second home. My native land was once famous for its chocobo stables. No man in Eorzea could speak of the creatures without his thoughts turning naturally to Ishgard. Sadly, however, that time has passed. I left my homeland to accept employment here at the ranch, instructing others in the methods of chocobo husbandry. Yet I found that it is often I who am the recipient of others' instruction. A great many matters. Truly, one can never know what life may hold in store. Hurting hand. Oh yeah, sure. I don't remember when housing... I think housing actually is available now. For FCs. But it's not part of my, my checklist. Finney has work for a meddlesome adventurer. Another goddamn adventurer, desperate to stick his nose in everyone's business, it is. You can seek out the groundskeeper at Temtara Deepcroft. You'll find him in a shack just outside the entrance, as the hermit is all too happy to live close to his work. When I last patrolled the area, I could hear him swearing inside his shack from the road. I may not know what vexes the man, but I suspect he'll welcome your presence more than I. After a bit of work, are you? I have a task what needs doing. Take these Nymea lilies and leave them at the top of each burrow. Doubtless seen the bones returned to life by foul magics, shambling around and harassing their surviving comrades. It hurts me soul to see it, adventurer. I cannot abide such blasphemy. It gives me hope that these lilies soothe their spirits and help them return to the matron's bosom. See me when ye finished. Read that before. You've done holy work this morning, lad. I cannot fathom what could drive the dead to rise up and seek to do us harm, but I pray that this helps put an end to it. May the matron watch over and keep you safe. Finney, a guard at Galvant's Spire, seeks a willing volunteer to deal with a slug problem. Must be desperate for work indeed if you wish to speak with me a second time. Either that or you never learned to leave well enough alone. But if you're so bloody eager, then here's another job for you. Head on over to the head tree and clear out some nests of saprophagus slugs. All you need to do is sprinkle some of this flat ale on the ground where you find the moist depressions. It should soon be up to your armpits in the slugs. Don't let any of the buggers slither away. Make sure you find and clear out all 3 nests. Having been left uncovered for a few days, this cheap aleport brew has lost all of its bubbles. Judging by the looks of you, no slug escaped unharmed. Suppose you have the faintest notion what the 10-tower Deepcroft is, do you? It's the final resting place of those who perished during the calamity. Slugs you so handily dispatched were feeding on the flowers we laid there in remembrance of the fallen. Monsters multiply and food grows scarce. Perhaps there is naught else for them to feed on. See those wreaths disturbed thus was more than I could bear. Now I've said too much. Here, take your reward and leave me be. While the off, a local at Mirror Planks wants you to help deliver goods that have been unloaded at the pier. Ah, perfect. You're just in time to help deliver some goods that arrived not moments ago. Allow me to double check my manifest. Now listen carefully. Take the suit of plate mail to Daramert. He's the guard you see right over there. The Muntui beans belong to Kyle, and the smoked crayfish balls to my friend Bertha here. That's it for this load. A strapping adventurer like you should barely work up a sweat, am I right? The cargo you're looking for hasn't moved since they unloaded it at the end of the pier. Much obliged. You have something for me? Unblemished suit of steel plate, armor to an unblemished suit of steel plate armor delivered to the Mirror Planks. What is? Oh, my new plate mail. What a wood whaler, and what would a wood whaler want with metal armor, you ask? Let's just say that after a number of engagements with the Garlean heavy infantry, my mind has been open to the protection of such steel encasements can provide. Should be here by now. Dried Muntui beans delivered to the Mirror Planks. Are these the Muntui beans? Praise the matron. It's my job to pick up provisions from the pier and deliver them to the settlements in the area, but I couldn't leave without the beans. I can finish loading up my cart and be on my way. Thank you for your help. 1, 2, 3. No, this won't do it all. I'm sure I heard Waldioff mention the shipment had fishing bait delivered to the Mirror Planks. Oh, why, thank you very much. It would have been a short afternoon of fishing if this bait hadn't arrived. Hold on then. Excellent work. Swift and sure. Adventurers are such handy individuals to have around. We leave cargo piled up on the pier. The next crew has no room to unload their shipment, you see. It can be backbreaking work, but someone has to do it. Could be you. While the off, a resident of Mirror Planks, is seeking for someone to assist him in his work. Can I interest you in another job? Just want to ask a little more of your skills, I promise. What I need is for you to swat some of those hornet swarms you see buzzing around the place and collect their husks. 4 bags worth should be enough. What am I going to do with a pile of dead Vulcan? The sooner you give them to me, the sooner you'll find out. You have the husks? Good, hand them over then. Ah, these are perfect. But they didn't sting too terribly. Now all we do is take some bottles of liquor, squeeze these bees inside like so. There we have it, a fresh batch of my special Sting Brew. The ranchers of Brent Branch Meadows put in an order for a bottle quite some time ago, but gathering those husks is always such a chore. Speaking of chores, would you mind taking this to them as soon as you're able? Lass hereafter goes by the name of Margalt. Give her the Sting Brew along with my regards. Oh, and apologize for the delay, would you? Yes, I'm Margalt. How might I? Potent liquor created through the fermentation of hornet carcasses. Ah, the Sting Brew at last. I'm aware of what must be done to acquire this, and I'm most grateful to you. If you folk are willing to run toward a swarm of wrathful hornets. Ordinarily, this liquor is drunk for the unique and not altogether unpleasant stinging sensation it causes on one's tongue. It is, however, also an indispensable tool for repelling insects. We sprinkle it over the fields where the gishel greens are planted. Thanks to you, the crops will be untouched by pests this year. Hope one of our well-fed chocobos can return the favor by serving you as a mount someday. One more quest here. "60 minutes of waiting to get into this guildhests." We're definitely gonna have to jump to Aether to finish out these. Bertha, a local at the Mirror Planks, is looking for someone to retrieve her fishing rod from Lilystone. You seem a capable sort. Would you mind running over to Lilystone and retrieving my favorite fishing rod for me? I was happily dropping a line into the water, you see, when suddenly I noticed some ghostly sphere of fire bearing down upon me from behind. In a blind panic, I twisted around and flung my rod at the apparition before fleeing back here to the planks. I dimly remember the rod passing straight through those unnatural flames and hitting the side of a tent I set up for afternoon naps. Probably still there, but I can't bring myself to. You'll go in my stead. Oh, thank you. Pretty little pond right here. Did you find my fishing rod? 12 only know how many fish have been caught with this antique rod. Yes, this is it. Think Navika you came along? I can't fish with anything else. The Valken and such around here pose no threat to me, but those flames, I've seen the like. I wonder if I would ever build up the courage to fish at Lilystone again. With that, we are done with Central Shroud. Take a look over in East Shroud. Leaves, we're not worried about that. Alright, we cleared out East Shroud as well. No, there's quite a few in South Shroud. Probably do all of South Shroud and then call it. Serveth thy master. Parrish just wants to have some fun. Ooh, I'm the Dark Rider of the Shroud. Ooh, thou art scaredeth of me, art thou notteth? If thou art not, thou art a fool, kneeleth before me noweth. Just gonna check something. Serveth. Okay, it is. This is a 2.0 quest. Haha, thou art wise to fear me, adventurer, but the Dark Rider does not forgiveth fools so easieth. If thou wouldst serveth me, thou must doeth mine bidding. Doeth mine bidding, or I shall slayeth you for treason and not doingeth what thy master telleth you to doeth. The Dark Rider desireth 3 Kedwings. Why? It is not thine place to asketh why. 3 Kedwings, not 2, not 4. Thou had best remembereth well, or I shall haveth your head. Well, there's 2 quests I want to cut out from the logs, or from the VODs. This quest here, I think it's, and the one with the sister. Bum, 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 bum. The Dark Rider dost desireth Kedwings. Art thou too weak to slayeth mere Keds? Thin transparent wing of a Ked. Are those really Kedwings? I can't wait to show them off to father. Thou hast proven thy loyalty well. The Dark Rider of the Shroud hereby nameth you his loyal squire. That means you can come play with. That means thou canst serveth me whenever thou likest. Who knew it was so easy to boss around an adventurer? He thinks my spineless dad could learn a thing or two from me. Not gonna do that. Or over here. Sarmoy? Issar's hunting efforts have proven less than fruitful of late. Another day on the hunt. Sorry. Another day on the hunt, and not but antelope meat to show for it. Personally, I don't mind the stuff, as stringy and gristly as it may be, but just once I'd like to treat my dear wife and children to a real feast. The wild hogs in these parts have to look to have some good flesh on them, but I fear those tusks would tear a humble hunter like myself to pieces. Would you be so kind as to bag 5 of them in my stead? You be so kind as to do my work for me. So I can pass it off as my own. How far are you on the hunt, adventurer? A single streak of bright yellow fat runs through this otherwise lean chunk of porcine flesh. With these succulent slices of boar flesh. My mouth waters just looking at them. 1 slice for my wife, 4 for my children. This will do splendidly. Where's my slice, you say? Antelope meat is good enough for me. Perhaps one day, when I'm skilled enough to fell a wild boar on my own, I'll allow myself to indulge. Leave quests. I know this thing is not 2.0. It's later. So, quests over by Buscarin's Spire? Is that what it's called? Buscarin's Druthers. Then, is this just leave quests? Well, guess we're done with South Shroud as well. I think that means we're going to call it for the stream. Nearly 80 minutes in queue. Didn't get a single guildhest off, but that's what you get for being on one of these servers. That means we're done with all of Black Shroud, all of Fanland. I'm pretty sure we're done with Mordona. Let me go take a look at Mordona. And Kurthus. Let's just go take a look at both of them. I want to get a idea. Right, this one we can't do yet. This is Crystal Tower. These are all like hard or extreme trials. This is, I know it's for something that's later. I just can't remember which one it is. Called Self-Improving Man. Maybe it's for repairing. A self-improving man. No, it's for prisms. That's right. And we can't do that till 2.2. Then of errant epistles, I think that's also not till later. Yes. It is part of the post-Moogle quest log. Or quest, I should say. Leave quests. So yeah, we are actually done with Mordona. Mark off Mordona. Let's go check out Kurthus while I'm here. No, this one we can't do yet. Leave quests we're not worrying about. Leave quests we're not worrying about. Kurthus we can mark off. Yeah, let me just head to Limsa and log off there. I know that there's going to be stuff in the Lenotias that we still need to do. Out of ice we can't do. Out of the blue. Oh, that's for blue job quest. Good for what ails ya. I think we can do. This one isn't until like Endwalker patches. Oh, holy crap. I guess we'll do this while we still have it. Cool. All right. At least we got one guildhest in. Yeah, I think from here. Just go on from here. With clearing out the rest of Lenotia and Vilbrand and all that. And we should be... We're so close to being done with 2.0 that I need to think of what to use for my splash image for 2.1. But yeah, that's going to be it for my stream today. Thank you so much for watching. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like on the way out, I would be greatly appreciative. Also, you can find out when I go live by subscribing to the channel or join in the community Discord, !Discord, or finding the link in the description below. Get you that Discord invite. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you the next time.